What's going on? Welcome to week 4 here, the final week in the Plank Pirate Challenge. So we've got movement this week. You guys got the planks down, you got some progressions down, you've got the side planks down. Now we're looking to take that form and move with it here, because eventually it's going to be the basis of every move you ever do. So we're going to start branching out with some more plank-centric movements here that'll really test your ab strength. It'll test your form on everything we worked on here, and it's going to give you a little bit of challenge to elevate that game to the next level. So 3 moves for you here today. Each of them have regressions and ways to do them differently if you don't have the right equipment, or you need to drop the level down just to regress to where you're at. All of that is real good. First one here is going to be your ab wheel. Now, you may have seen this in your gym. You may have heard it referred to as the wheel of death. It is a great way to work the abs. It's also a great way to fall flat on your face or hurt yourself if you're doing it incorrectly. So the key with this guy is here, you're going to lock those shoulders down and back, again, away from the ears, maximizing distance between ear and shoulder, keeping those shoulders down and packed the whole way through. We don't want the shoulders creeping up as you come out here. That's what we want to avoid. We want to have this position here and rotate from that shoulder socket here. So what you're going to do, starting with those toes tucked, ideally, knees right here, you're going to start in this position with those shoulders down. And the key here is having the hips and the shoulders move as one piece. No matter if they're going forward or back, they move out together, they move in together. So let's see what that looks like in action. Now the goal here is not to go as far as you can, it's to go as far as you can while keeping the core engaged. So shoulders down, hips and shoulders are moving at the same time, and you're going to come back up. So you're not jerking, you're not bouncing at any point. It's a very smooth movement. You hit the end and you come right back. The goal is to kind of think about those abs pushing the rest of your body up more than anything else. So out, think about those hips driving up because the abs are pushing them up and back there. Nice and slow out as far as you're able to, and come on back. It doesn't matter if you're right here and coming back. It doesn't matter if you can go all the way out. It's about where you're at, where your core strength needs to be. Now, if you don't have a wheel, you can use a bar and some dumbbells, and that'll roll nicely too. Just don't put the clips on either side here, and ideally you'll want to use the bumper plates, those big ones if you can. If you don't have either of those, you're going to be doing what's called a walkout here. So wide feet, hands down. You're going to walk out the top of that plank, hold for a second, and walk back. Your hands never leave the floor. All the way out, hold that plank, and walk back. It's not the same intensity level, but it will give you the same effect as an ab wheel. So that's move number 1. Move number 2, I forgot it for a second here. Okay, we've got our gator drag. So you're gonna need those furniture movers here that we had from week 2. I highly recommend getting these, pick them up at a hardware store, save some money. You can use a towel on a hard surface, but then again, you're going to be dragging yourself on that hard surface, so that might be a little rough on the elbows and forearms. What this looks like is a plank where you are going to, kind of like a gator, I guess that's where the name comes from, drag yourself forward, trying to hold that position all the way through. So right here, really slowly, just shifting one arm forward at a time and dragging yourself. If you feel really good about that and your forward looks nice and smooth, what you can do is also go backwards with it here. So the goal, again, is to kind of keep that same flat plane as you're moving and not having those hips come up and bounce up and down too much. That comes with a little bit of practice. Now, that is your number 2 move there. Again, can use a towel, wouldn't recommend it unless you got elbow pads or something. The other thing you could do is do it in socks on a hard surface, but again, you're going to run into the same problem where your elbows might want it. So get those furniture movers, use them on a carpeted surface. The last one here is going to be your plank jacks or plank taps, and I'll start with the lower regression here, the plank taps. So come on down in that proper plank position right here, tucking those toes. You're going to hold this position, one leg out at a time. Now the goal is not to reach as far as you can. The goal is to hold that plank position, like everything, in shape. while you move those legs around it. That's going to start to introduce some movement, and that's going to get you to hold that core bracing position in while you're moving, while you're focusing on other things. If that's good, if that's no problem at all for you, we're going to progress to plank jacks, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You're going to start from that plank position and trying to keep the hips fairly low, fairly even the whole way. You can go in and out. Now, the rest of that body moves, the better. And again, it's not how far those legs are going out, it's the fact that your body is staying relatively in the same place while you have that instability, while you have that little bit of plyometric action going on. So those are your 3 movements. Integrate them into your cumulative workout that we got going on this week. See how they go and up that game.